Everybody hear me okay? Mm. Welcome to the Do Nothing Project. Can't tell if that sounds weird for some reason in my head. Can you guys hear the audio or is it let's see here. Welcome everybody. Thanks, Andrew, in the blue font, moderating. Appreciate you. Thanks, Fred, also in the blue font, moderating. Appreciate you. Hey Sheila, hey Richard, hey Leanne, hey Amy, hey Susie, hey Bill, Bob, Siobhan, Melanie, Holly, Allie, Bonnie, Mitch. What's up, my people? Ruth, Jennifer, Valerie, Sue, Tanya or Tanya. I know Tanya's and Tanya's, and it's so funny because sometimes they have strong opinions about which pronunciation. Paul, Courtney, Kay, Siobhan, happy Australia Day for all our Australian friends, Malaya, Susan, and many other people saying hello. Thank you. Goes by too fast for me to catch it all. So welcome to the Do Nothing Project. I'm your host, Jeff, and this is the community. Um, if you've been here before, welcome back. You're welcome to say hello, or you can just um, have a more leisurely, less um, typey type relationship to this broadcast. And hello to everybody who's going to be watching it later, which is actually most people. And hello to everyone in all the time zones. Um, this is, I'm in Eastern time zone, Toronto, so 8 p.m. my time. I know lots of people from the West Coast tune in, and some brave Europeans stay up, and Australians who are in the morning. Anyway, welcome if you're new as well. If you've never been before, this is the ongoing tradition over 5 years, maybe six. A lot of people who've come here have been doing it that long. And let's see, Mitch, how's Eden's treatments approach going? Amazing. I was saying the past few weeks that our um, uh, the our son has had these sort of challenges, our eldest, and just very dysregulated and pretty intense actually. Kind of a lot. Oh, it's a long story, but we started this thing called Safe and Sound, which is you can Google it. It's just like this thing I play once in a while for like 6 minutes while he's playing, and it's music that's had its frequencies altered that is just basically signaling safety to his nervous system, and he's amazingly more regulated. And it's like I do this every 6 minutes every 3 days or something. Although he had a big, like kind of a week for like a week and a half, he had a big regression where it was like, oh yeah, this is how it was. Then no, and it shifted again. So whatever, life goes on. Anyway, this is the Do Nothing Project. The idea here is to take some time on a Sunday evening or a Sunday morning or a Monday morning or whenever it is that you listen to meditate. But to make that meditation, make it work for you. How are you going to find your kind of way into it? I find the no big dealness attitude towards practice is extremely helpful. That kind of disarms the mind, which wants to make it into some big neurotic production, you know. Yeah. And why do it? Well, I mean, everyone will answer that slightly differently. Definitely for me, feels like a dose of sanity. Sometimes I describe the fruits of practice as being um, that I'm just more available to my life. you know, to my partner when I finish meditating, to my kids, to nature, to whatever book I'm reading, whatever it is, to myself. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to meditate, and different meditations the skills overlap a lot, but so there's a kind of universal sets of skills that get worked on, but they're different. The effect of like a loving kindness meditation is different than a concentration practice or like a mindfulness practice. Um, and so for this, the kind of practice we do is, well, it's whatever you want to do, but I really focus on a kind of mindful surrender where you're allowing life to be what it is. When I say surrender, I mean you're not trying to control experience in any way. And so there's a kind of, some people might call it just sitting or effortless meditation. That's how it's talked about in some traditions, but not like you're just zoning out. You're just staying right here. And you just kind of notice the kind of bell curves of agitation and the different ways in which your body wants to check out or control things or do something more interesting or indulge this whim. And it's hilarious. It's just like this giant circus that unfolds. And then it gets quiet, and you think, oh yeah, this is really great. I'm really present. This is cool. And then you realize that your strategy for getting through it is to zone out or check out or whatever it is. So it's a very, I find it to be very useful practice for seeing my own blind spots of how I don't want to kind of just be right here in my life. Um, and not that it's bad to want to be away from your life. Sometimes it's not at all. Those are important things too. Just saw Conclave last night. Great movie. I was just thinking when I was watching the movie how much I enjoy being immersed in another world, having different problems, the problems of choosing the next pope. Perfect. Um, anyway, all right, blah blah blah. Yeah. Lori is Shinzen. My teacher has a version of doing nothing that's in his basic single instructions. If you notice an intention to control your attention, let go of that intention. This is very much in that line. Uh, yeah, Shinzen is my root teacher. I was thinking I'm going to write a post about Shinzen because he's such a freaking character. All right, let's meditate. 25 minutes. Uh, I'm just gonna figure it out by we've been doing this for about 7.5 minutes. So 25 minutes from now, I'll ring another bell. You gonna sit, sweetie? Great. Kids are both down early tonight. Eden fell asleep at like 6:50. He stayed at my parents last night. My parents are like 82 and they woke up. My mom said she woke up. They heard him calling. It was like 5 in the morning, and he had like gotten up and gotten dressed, and he was just sitting on his bed, waiting for my mom to come in. He's like, "All right, ready to rock and roll." My mom's just like, "Ted, it's for you." Anyway, so he was out at early grown up time. Yeah, yeah. Sarah's joining us. She's sitting over here. Babe. Okay. Okay. So as always with the Do Nothing Project, if you want to follow along with this guidance, you're welcome to, or you can just turn down the volume and tune me out. You can do it. Yeah, give yourself really what you need right now. They say in the neurodivergent literature, what accommodations are going to support you in this practice? If you want to lay down, if you want to make it a more of a moving practice because you got a lot of restless energy, you could just make it a slow stretching practice, or you can do cool made up martial arts forms in your living room. You can do a squiggly octopus psychedelic dance in your window while looking at the passerbys, backlit, like Kali, the goddess of destruction. Once I wrote a meditation for Dan Harris's partner, Bianca. That was all about laying down in front of the TV. You could do that too, I guess. A few slow, deliberate breaths coming down into the body. I don't know. Yeah. Well, and that's the first time I noticed that I haven't really taken a deep breath in hours. Notice how the body just takes a breath all on its own. So no need to control it or anything. Although you can extend the breath slightly if you want to deliberately nudge yourself towards more down regulation. Inhale a little more effortfully if you want to. Nudge yourself gently towards up regulation. Mm. Gladdening the mind is a kind of decision you can make to decide to appreciate in some subtle way the anything about the experience. That's just the simplicity of not having to do anything or get anywhere. That can feel like a relief. Also, just the feeling of coming back into the body, noticing body sensations, sounds. That can be an interesting kind of thing. Asking, what does it feel like to orient that way when there's, challenging feelings or lots of, stressful thoughts. Find it can help to disarm it a bit. Not that you want to stop any of that. It can just play itself out. But what about this moment is actually something that you might want, even the hard thing of the moment. You were to say, thank you to it. We'll follow up with that at the end. For now, if you want to choose a home base, soft feeling of the breath or sound or just the sense of the whole body sitting, rocked slightly by the breath. You can do that, or you can just choose no home base, just be, fade out for a bit. So patience, things settle. Often the mind, it's got momentum, it's running along. Just get where you are, you remember, you come back, you stay right here. Maybe with a bit of, kind of a peripheral curiosity for when something starts to happen that makes staying right here somehow less appealing than some other place you could go. You notice that. Maybe there's something desperate about the way you're staying here, something fixed or you're trying to grab onto. You can notice that too. Maybe you're just sitting here doing nothing. Perfect. surrender practice. Feel into what that means for you. What can you let go of? What subtle agenda that you're holding on to right now? Some peace that's just present there. That you're trying to put in motion or back away from, move into. Or are you leaning out of your center, if at all? If you just relax down into it. Exactly these thoughts, these feelings, this situation. know, I like finishing with the gratitude practice, the last few minutes, appreciation practice, a compassion practice, some, kind of positive flavor, a good habit. Gratitude is just like the medicine of medicines. So we can start it kind of more subtly or less, just with thinking about if you like anything, any small thing that you feel like being grateful for. Something happening right now, the settledness in the room, the plants, clear sky outside, something that happened in the day, a meal, conversation, something you saw, something you felt. It's like, yeah, okay, thank you. Small good thing. And then if you're doing this kind of noticing, what is the actual experience of that? I mean, it could be, there's a lot of self-consciousness and, it doesn't land quite, but you can connect to a little bit of a feeling of like, oh yeah, I like that. Thank you. What is that gratitude feeling like? Where do you feel it? In the mouth or on the chest? And then the real, the kind of a deeper move with it is if you think about praying as like asking for something you want, the kind of prayer of gratitude is thanking what's already here. I've been doing this with challenging things, a challenging situation, whatever it is. Like, can I, instead of trying to wish it were different or think of something I want, what if I said thank you right now as though it were already done, already here? So, like, can I say thank you for this exact situation? And the feeling of dropping into a kind of thank you space is very different than a I want space. Sometimes it reveals some hidden lining or some kind of like the opposite of a shadow aspect, some opportunity in the present moment, that some quality of tenderness or just practicing that thank you or whatever version of that feels right for you. Maybe it's just thanks for the body doubling meditation. Thanks for the company. Thanks for the thanks for the nothing. Thanks for nothing. Truly, thanks for nothing. I believe we have our title. Andrew, thanks for nothing. Welcome, Patrick. Mm, sorry about that, Mitch. Freeze frame. How about this? Thanks, friends. Good to hear all the see the names. Hey, Tisha. Brooke. Nice, Mitch. You made it back. Glad. You're welcome, Guitar Bob. Zach. I'm glad you resonate with that thank you space. Yeah, I'm gonna do more about that because it's kind of tripped me out lately in a good way. Every time I notice myself wanting anything, like wanting something to be different, or it's like I just doing the practice of immediately noticing that and saying thank you, as though it was already happened. As if whatever I want is already here, and then it shows me what is here that I may not have realized is cool. Uh, wow, nice, Richard. Amazing, buddy. Yeah, thanks for posting the home base. Wrote a piece about medication and meditation. And what else is happening? Yeah, I think next week. I don't know. I can't remember what's going on this week. Oh, you got CEC happening on Monday. Oh, thanks everyone. And I'm going to be in Mexico next week when I guide this. Hopefully, I have a good enough internet connection. Going for a week and taking Eden, just the two of us. We're going to visit my friend Scott. He's doing a retreat there, like a yoga retreat. We're going to hang out. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Okay, nice. Amy, going to Bahamas. Cool. Coming to Bahamas. That's another. So this is all our vacations are going to happen right in February. Also going to the Bahamas with my whole family. That's going to be sweet. Doing a little teaching thing there. If you feel like coming, I think there's spots, but it's like a uh, ashram, full real ashram, like kind of yogic style, like 2 meals a day, no alcohol, no, it's like it's a whole vibe there. I've never been, but it's the Sivananda Center in Bahamas. I'm psyched. Nice, Lily. Good to meet you. All right, friends. Thanks for posting all those links, Andrew. Thanks everyone for your company, and I'll see you next week probably. Oh, Andrew does his meditation on Wednesdays. You got that as an option too. Andrew will post the link there, right? Yeah, nice. Fred mentioned it there. Hey, good night, everyone. Have a great week.